It's the Fade 5 podcast with Brad Evans and Nate Lundy.
Place your bets, you jackwagons. Brad the Big Noise Evans here, joined by the good son, Nathaniel Lundy. I hope your travel this week goes very smoothly because it is, after all, a feast week, which means we got daytime basketball and so much wall-to-wall action every single day the next several days. So let's get after it and hop aboard the Honk Honk Plus Bus at a plus 100 odds or greater availability at the various sportsbooks that are out there. Lundy, maybe it's tied to the Monday Night Football game, and it's going to be a good one between the Ravens and the Chargers. Maybe it's in the NHL. We're always dropping the puck and making some bucks. College hoops, college football. Look at the NBA. Oh, my goodness. I love this time of the year. Give me a winner.
First of all, I think Saquon Barkley just gained 50 more yards. Let's go to the ice, shall we? Sam Reinhart of your Florida Panthers. We're going to take Sammy for an anytime goal. We'll do that at plus 110 over at DraftKings. Why are we high on Reinhart? Because Reinhart is flying high, folks. In his last 13 games, 11 goals and 8 assists. Dude is en fuego right now. It is amazing. Next closest point streak, by the way, is 7 for Kaprizov with Minnesota. That is how hot he is in terms of 13 games in a row. He is at home. He's taking on the Washington Capitals. So down there in America's Wang for Florida, where I will be in approximately 48 hours. This is your opportunity to score. And I like the fact that I'm getting him at a plus 110 for an anytime goal. Hotter than anyone in the NHL right now, and we're going to ride that until he bucks us.
Muy caliente. That's a good selection there, and I'm hoping a team is going to go on a hot streak right now. Hello, Hawaii. Can I come over? Yeah, the Maui Invitational gets underway earlier today, so hopefully you're listening to the podcast on the early AM or early afternoon tip because the action's going to tip off about mid-afternoon at Illini time. And, of course, Illinois not playing in this, but the UConn Huskies are, and I say, mush! Huskies, mush! All the way to the title game and win the whole shebang. They are the chalkiest team at plus 155, but for a reason, and I'm taking them. Available there at BetMGM. Yeah, the Huskies are reigning national champs. 2 times over, have not played a damn soul so far this season. Here are the tune-ups. Sacred Heart, New Hampshire, Lemoyne, and powerhouse East Texas A&M, also known as Texas A&M Commerce, I believe. They just recently changed their name. It doesn't matter. They played absolutely nobody. Now, they got experience, they got depth, and they got ballers across the board. There's no question, and indisputably, they have all of that. They are top 5 in the country, EFG offense, EFG defense. Get after the offensive glass, grab that second chance opportunity over 41% of the time. The only real downsides with this team, they've shot themselves in the foot on occasion, coughing up nearly 18% of their possessions, and they're only shooting just over 70% from the charity stripe. So a nippy and tucky kind of game could do them in. But I think ultimately UConn has the horses to get to the title game, and it's a pretty easy road to hoe to get there. They got to beat Memphis in the opening round. Then they get the winner of Colorado, Michigan State. Should be able to get past those guys, and then they'll match up with more than likely either Auburn, Iowa State, or North Carolina. That's going to be a tough and formidable foe in the title game, but they're right there knocking the door. Maybe they show up and show out in the first major challenge of the season. So a plus 155 for a team that I fully expect to get to the title game of the Maui Invitational. I'm in. I say UConn hoist another banner there in the rafters, and they take that prodigious exercise every single year back in Lahaina, and we love to see that there in Maui, Hawaii. All right, with those bets on the board, and let's get after it with another edition of the Fade 5.
Number 5.
All right, numero cinco here on the countdown. Let's go back to the Maui Invitational. I say Maui Wowie. I loved Iowa State as my original pick to win the Maui Invitational, and then the draw happened, and I saw their road, and holy mackerel, they got to open with Auburn, who right now is numero uno, according to Ken Palm's efficiency rankings. Iowa State, also a top 10 team, and I think Iowa State's going to keep this one nice and snug, so I'm going to take them +4 in this matchup. Take it on Bruce Pearl's Tigers. You look at Iowa State, number 175 in tempo, so they can really try to slow this game down, keep it in the half court, because Auburn, zip, 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 zip. They love to fly. But Iowa State, number 76, okay, kind of mid, a little bit May in EFG offense, but number 13 in EFG defense. Otzelberger's got one of the best defensive teams in the country, and that's going to be status quo, I think, the entire year. I think this really comes down to Curtis Jones and Mom Silovich, if I can say that correcting. Mom Silovich, that's the way you say it. And their three-point shooting as a team, you look at Iowa State only shooting 31% from distance, but those two guys can certainly line it up, match maybe bucket for bucket from outside against Auburn, a team that is shooting 37.6% from distance, or number 1 in EFG offense, number 7 in EFG defense. I think everybody is going to be on the Tigers in this one, given their hot start, given their convincing win in H-Town in a kind of semi-away game, because they played the Rockets Toyota Arena against the Cougars. But I say Iowa State will lose this thing, if they do lose it at all, by just a bucket. So I'm going to take them +4 to -110 at BetMGM. Lundy, no pronunciations required. Fade or follow?
Iowa State, Auburn.
Well done. Well done.
Okay, good. I got that one. I got it. I can say those kinds of things. I've told you folks, just pay attention to what Brad says from a college basketball standpoint, because I'm not paying attention to the same level he is. I'm not there yet, man. I'm just not there yet.
Well, you know what? I know a lot, but I also know very little from time to time. So go ahead and fade me.
Number 4.
A new Mark Watcher here on the Fade 5. Let's get after it on Monday Night Football. We got a showdown of epic proportions in the City of Angels as the LA Chargers are welcoming the Baltimore Ravens, and this game should be a pew-pew-pew high-scoring affair. At least we fully expect it to be. And one of the main reasons why is the long flow. Oh, I'm so jealous of the quaff that this man sports. That is Justin Herbert. I love the over on 1.5 passing touchdowns. Grab that at -120 juice there at BetMGM. Herbert has come alive. He was sleepwalking like the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season, but man, he is really ratcheting up his game. He has gone over 1.5 passing touchdowns in 3 of his last 4. Now, he's only number 23 in red zone completion percentage on the year, but a lot of his touchdowns are of the explosive variety. He is number 3 in deep ball completion percentage, and that rhythm and flow and that chemistry that he has with Quentin Johnston, who has really come alive. He scored a touchdown in 3 consecutive games, really books it down the sideline. They may connect on a long bomb, picking on old Brandon Stevens. More on that a little bit later. But look at the Ravens, number 28 on the season in pass EPAD. 6 quarterbacks have gone over 1.5 passing touchdowns in a game against them. They have allowed 21 passing touchdowns in 11 games. So in a game in which I believe Justin Herbert ignites, give me the over, baby. 1.5 passing touchdowns at a -120 juice at BetMGM. Good, sir. Will lightning strike not once, but twice? Fade or follow?
Well, he's on fire. He's going up against a team that has not played very well in terms of slowing people down in the secondary. He's got weapons he can utilize. You put all that together, and I do think we're looking at a shootout on the turf. So you put all of it yes, I think he's got the 2 touchdowns. Pay the juice, folks, because I think this is going to be an easy payday.
Take off, Justin Herbert. Let's have that sweat-free cover, bro.
Number 3.
Newmar Trace here on the Fade 5 countdown. I already kind of hinted at it. Quentin Johnston could have a monster game. A great Hardy Toads. I'm going to go with the over on the former Horned Frog at TCU. 21.5 yards, the longest catch. Best odds in the business right now at FanDuel at a -114. You shop around. BetMGM's at 22.5. Keep shopping around. DraftKings at 23.5. So you got a 2-yard difference there, and that little bit could come into play. So you want to definitely play the best number of the board, and that is certainly at FanDuel Sportsbook. Q has been on point here of late. He has gone over this prop 6 times this season and 4 times in the month of November alone. He's averaging a very healthy 16.1 yards per reception. He's number 19 in yards per target. He is number 4 in QB passer rating when targeted at 131.1. I already mentioned the Ravens, number 28 in pass EPAD on the year. They're giving up 7.73 pass yards per attempt, the 4th most air yards of any team in the NFL, and he gets all they have, baby. The gift that keeps on giving, Clark, and that being Brandon Stevens. The DB for Baltimore has allowed a 68.1 passer or catch rate, and 673 total yards, the second most of any defensive back in the National Football League entering week 12. So put it all together, Quentin Johnston, I think, blazes a trail down the right sideline on a go route. Herbert drops it in perfectly. It's a long bomb reception, and we cash the over 21.5 yards on that longest catch. Minus 114 at FanDuel. Lundy, numero trace in the countdown. Fade or follow.
This is a fun one, man. I didn't realize he was going to be sitting down that low. I would have expected it to be what you just said, that there's going to be places that have got him at 24, maybe even 25.
Right.
Based on the matchup. So the fact you can get this at 21, I normally would have ignored this one because I would have assumed it was going to be a lot higher than this. But he's got an exploitable matchup. And what did we just say about the Ravens secondary? As good as Baltimore is, they're going to have to figure some stuff out there in the secondary, or they are going to be in trouble as we come down the home stretch of December and January for the season. So take advantage of it here with Johnson. He is dialed in with Herbert. It's one of the reasons why I like Herbert in this game as well, is because he has found himself that really solid wide receiver option out there. And again, matchups galore. Let Johnson in that size take advantage of it and get you a nice long catch.
Hey, you want some early bonus time? Bonus time? Well, all you got to do is go to thegamingjuice.com right now and check out all of our outstanding written content. Ben Winstein, Nate Jacobs, cranking all kinds of stuff for college football in a rivalry week. Lundy's got his always free, always transparent spreadsheet with his NHL picks that lives on the site. Very easy to access. Brandon Velasquez churned out some NHL pieces from time to time as well. All of my fantasy football content ahead of NFL Week 13 in this condensed and shortened Turkey Day week. You can find that on the site. I'll have my fantasy flames, the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end available a little bit earlier this week. I'm going to have some picks around just the Thanksgiving Day matchups as well. Just a ton of content, and you don't pay a dime. Go to thegamingjuice.com right now, you jackals, and click, converse, and cash, ... maybe.
Number 2.
Numero dos here on the Fade 5 Countdown. Back to Monday night, and let's get some plus money on the board. Yes! With Will Dissly, and I'm not dissing him at all, on the over 4.5 receptions at a plus 125. Yeah, I'll roll the shoulders because I got seduced by that juice there at FanDuel Sportsbook. You look at Dissly again. It should really have an opportunity to make some serious noise in this game. He has gone over 4.5 receptions, coming on strong here down the home stretch of the season. In 3 of his last 5 games, over that 5-game stretch, he's seen a whopping 33 total targets, averaging 17.2 routes per game. You look at the Ravens, again, as I mentioned, number 28 and pass EPA defense on the season. And they're also giving up over this on average to plus side targets. 6.1 receptions per game they have allowed to the tight end position. A half dozen tight ends to slam that over on 4.5 receptions as a safety valve in that 5 to 15-yard range. I say, Will Dissly, make me some dollars, baby, on that over 4.5 catches, plus 125 at FanDuel. Numero dos on the Monday edition of the Fade 5 Countdown. Lundy, fade or follow?
Now, I'm struggling with this one because I like his yardage total. I think he's going to get some yards racked up here in this one. Isn't it sitting at like 38, 39, something like that?
Yeah, it's low.
It's a low number. I think I like that one a lot. The question is on the receptions. Does he finish out with 4, or do you actually get lucky this time with Captain Hook? I'll tell you what, I don't hate it because I like his yards, but I'm going to fade you because I would rather SGP and bring this number down and pair it up with something else.
Yeah, Captain Hook is coming for you, Evans.
Number 1.
Numero uno on the Fade 5 Monday edition of the Countdown. Let's work on some more plus money. Let's get an SGP on the board, shall we? And run, quarterbacks, run. That is the theme of this one. Simple little two-legger. Give me Action Jackson, Lamar Jackson, 35 or more rush yards. And give me Justin Herbert, 15 or more rush yards. Yeah, put those hands together. Oh, cool. Plus 125 at ESPN Bet. Look at Lamar Jackson. He has done this in 11 games. He's averaging 9.6 rush attempts per game, second only to Jalen Hurts in that category, but he's leading the league in rush yards per game with 53.1. Now, the Chargers are way down the list in terms of pocket pressure rate, just number 27 in the NFL, down up to 8 on only 18.7% opponent dropbacks, but 10 quarterbacks have rushed, or they've allowed the 10th most rush yards quarterbacks, I should say. 3 quarterbacks have gone over 35 yards, including Will Levis. Look, if Will Levis can do it, the best damn running quarterback in the league can get to 35. I think that first leg cashes. Leg numero dos, Justin Herbert, 15 or more rush yards. He's done this in 3 of his last 4 games. Again, the ankle issues long in the past. He's averaging 37 rush yards per game for the last 4. And you look at the Baltimore Ravens, they have the 5th most pocket pressures of any team in the NFL. That's good news. For some of those opportunistic scrambles, they have allowed just 12.5 rush yards per game in the quarterback position, but 5 QBs have gone for at least 15 versus Baltimore this year. So to recap, numero uno on the Fade 5 Countdown on this Monday, SGP, Lamar Jackson, 35 more rush yards. Justin Herbert, 15 or more rush yards, plus 125 there at ESPN Bet. Good sir. Feed or follow.
Nice sneaky way to get yourself into some plus odds, my friend. I like this one. I think Herbert will get it done. We know LJ can do that on one run. So from there, yeah, I'm perfectly happy to see it. Look, hell, Matthew Stafford ran last night, people. I mean, anything is possible in this game tonight.
Yeah, that hell hath frozen over. The devil is certainly chilly based on that sprint by Matthew Stafford. Speaking of sprint, it's bonus time. We got to rocket through this because your boy's got to get to the grocery store and fight off grandmas for certain ingredients. So you got the floor.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, let me go back to Quentin Johnson. Give me him for an anytime touchdown tonight, people. Plus 215 is what you can get Q for on an anytime touchdown. I just really like the opportunity for him to be able to splash 6. We know that he's more than capable of doing it. He's been doing it all season long, and that chemistry that he's got rocking and rolling right now with Justin Herbert is something that I would take advantage of if I were you. So my favorite anytime touchdown because of the payday, Quentin Johnson tonight at a plus 215. Really like that one. I'm going to put, there's 11 games in the NHL tonight, in part because there was only one yesterday. Not a big surprise. They usually don't load up too much on a Sunday after they do hockey night in Canada on Saturdays. Light schedule on Sundays. Don't go up against the NFL, but they do have some games on the docket for this evening. I already gave you Sam Reinhart to be able to snag on that anytime goal. I'll have more for you on the spreadsheet. Fade the living shit out of me, folks, because my hockey bets have been cold, but we cashed yesterday in the NFL. I'll give you an NBA play for tonight. We haven't done that in a little while, Brad. Let me drop this one on you because of the difference in the payday. At DraftKings right now, Nikola Jokic to score 30 or more points tonight at home against the Knicks is minus 105, but BetMGM has the same bet at plus 125.
Wow.
For the Joker to get to 30 or more points. His standard number is basically over under 27.5 or 28.5, depending upon what book you look at. I will take plus 125 on a chance that he gets one more little floater to drop in there and we get to 30. Plus 125 at BetMGM is too good for me to pass up. So I'm going to roll with that one as well as the Nuggets continue to battle injuries and all kinds of stuff. But hey, congratulations to Joker. The birth of his son last Thursday. That is the personal reasons that he was missing those games. was because he welcomed a baby boy last Thursday. So congratulations to him. And hey, Mike Tirico, I feel your pain, brother. I've done the same thing to my Achilles. I yield the floor to the fine gentleman from Illinois.
Yes, and I bared witness to that Achilles snap in live and living color, and had to help him to the bar and feed him drinks to try to numb the pain. All right, let's get the Team Huevos parlay play on this Monday. SUP, naturally. Give me Derrick Henry, so you whole smash hole. Oh, have to take him anytime touchdown market. And the other way you can play this, you can't bet individually. You got to string together his other legs to reduce the juice and get seduced by the juice, and that's what we're doing here. So Henry anytime touchdown, Justin Herbert 250 plus pass yards, and the Chargers on the alt spread plus 10.5. A hold off on the payday. Let me break down each leg here. Derrick Henry, he scored a touchdown every single damn game this year, all 11. You think that streak is going to end just because the Chargers are outstanding against the run? I think that's far-fetched. I know the Chargers number 4 in rush EPAD. I understand they've only allowed 2 running back touchdowns, only 2 all year long. They were just some like oddball people. Samaje Perine scored. Alexander Madison scored the other one. But this is Derrick Henry. He's number 3 in red zone touches with 41 in total, seeing 74.1% of the opportunity share. This game's going to be competitive. They're knocking the door of splashing 6. Who's going to get the damn ball? The best power running back in the league. I think he plows in and crosses a chalk. So give me him on the anytime touchdown. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert, leg numero dos at 250 plus pass yards. Baltimore's given up 304.5 pass yards per game in the quarterback position. 8 quarterbacks have thrown for at least 250 against them. They're also have yielded the 4th most total air yards of any team in the NFL. Herbert, number 3 deep ball completion percentage. Thank you, one Quentin Johnston. Number 8 in air yards per attempt. He has gone over 250 pass yards in 4 of his last 5, making 5 his last 6. And then I think the Chargers is going to be very competitive. They're going to keep this within single digits, if not win it outright. You look at LAC, they are number 13 EPA per play offense over the last 5 weeks. Number 8 in defense. Baltimore, best offensive league over that span at number 1, but number 13 in defense. Fairly evenly matched, really, when you look at it. So plus 10.5, bit a little cushion to avoid any kind of pushing. So to recap, the hashtag Team Huevos parlay play on this Monday SGP. Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown. Justin Herbert, 250 plus pass yards. LAC plus 10.5 on that alt spread. A cool plus 180 available there at BetMGM. Elsewhere, bonus time. You always buy into the revenge game narrative. Well, just go ahead and hop on the Gus bus. I'll take him on the over on rush yards. That number is only 22.5 for Gus Edwards at a minus 115 juice. He has done this in 4 of 6 games this season. Last week, only 6 rush attempts on 60.7% of the snap share against Cincinnati. Week before, in his first game back in action against Tennessee, I had 10 rush attempts on 23.2% of the snap share. I think it's going to be closer to the latter than the former in terms of the overall snap share and workload. Working in concert there with J.K. Dobbins. I understand lackluster 2.31 yak per attempt, but he's going to see his old team's colors, and it's going to motivate him. Baltimore has been outstanding in the trenches, only giving up 61.1 rush yards per game, but 16 running backs have ran for at least 23 yards against them. They're giving up just 3.29 yards per carry, and they're number 2 in rush EPAD, but be motivated by revenge. Gus Edwards hopefully gets around 7 to 8 rush attempts, gets that kind of volume. I think he just creeps over 22.5, finishes within that 25 to 30 yard range. Again, I grab that over 22.5 rush yards at BetMGM at a minus 115 juice. Hey, you want some more hoops? Of course you do. Let me give you one more play. San Francisco and Clemson are going to be playing in one of these many dozens of tournaments that are going on right now. I forgot which one they're even playing in. Maybe it's Atlanta's. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to take the Dons plus 2.5, taking on the Clemson Tigers. Very evenly matched team. San Francisco plays at a faster pace compared to Clemson. Clemson only number 247 and adjusted tempo. But San Francisco, outstanding defensively, number 16 in the country, EFGD. They're only giving up 40.1% inside the air, 29.2% outside of it, and they're forcing a turnover 23.1% of opponent possessions. Now, if they can minimize their turnovers, if Williams and Riley, who were 21 of 44 combined from distance, are splishing and splashing from three, they can knock off Clemson, who was a mediocre number 73 in EFGD on the season. So that'll be the key in this game. Regardless, I think they cover. I think this will only be like a 1 or 2 point difference in the end if the Dons don't win it straight up outright when the final buzzer sounds. So give me San Francisco plus 2.5 at a minus 110 juice. All right. I'm out of breath, and we are out of time here on the Fade 5 podcast. Oh, double bonus time real quick. I'm also on Quentin Johnson anytime touchdown.
There we go.
I mean, he's got a 3-game streak with a touchdown, and it gets Brandon Stevens. Again, he's given up the second most yards of any DB in the league. Could be of the long variety. That's why I bet on that over yards, longest catch. All right, now we're getting the hell out of here on the Fade 5.
Yeah, hurry up. Ball State and Eastern Kentucky tip off in 3 minutes. Get going, Brad. Come on.
Yeah, seriously, man. I mean, wall-to-wall college basketball is the greatest time of the year. Drop us a rating and a review at your convenience, would you kindly? Also, Fade or follow us on the X or the Twitter. Check out Lundy's work there at Nate Lundy. Check out mine at Nosy Huevos. Go to thegamingjuice.com, you jackals, and sign up for a free account today. And until next time, we're off on Friday, mi amigos. I may or may not do a quick hitter on Wednesday, early on Thursday, just on the Thanksgiving Day games. Give you some insights, like a 3-pack of picks, 1 per game. You got to have a reason to watch Tommy DeVito, and Cooper Rush. Why? You know what? Don't even pay attention to the game. Watch Illinois and Arkansas basketball on CBS instead, and you'll thank me later. Anyway, I get the hell out of here. I got to go to the grocery store and find off grandma's or like breadcrumbs for my meatballs and various other items tied to the turkey dinner on Thanksgiving. For the wonderful and outstanding and handsome Nathaniel Lundy, I'm Brad Evans. Until next time, as always, feed or follow. That is up to you.